Okay, here is practice 17-4 again but number 5. This is very similar to number 6. However, it's asking for the diameter instead of the radius. So I thought I would go over this one as well. Okay, so for this problem, for number 5, they are giving you the circumference equals 60.288 centimeters. You are asked to find the D. D stands for diameter. So the formula I am going to use is C equals pi times D. Okay, so why am I using this formula? Because they already told me what the circumference is. We know what pi is. We are trying to find the diameter. So now what I'm going to do is plug in place of C. They tell me that C equals this. So I'm going to substitute 60.288 in place of the C. Pi, again, you have two choices for pi, 22 over 7 or 3.14 is what we're going to use. We're going to stick with the decimal because I think right now that's the easier one to use. We're going to stick with 3.14 because that's what they're telling us to use for pi. And then we don't know what D is. So there is my equation. So I took the formula and I plugged in what I knew and I got this as an equation. So when I look at that equation, it says 60.288 equals 3.14 times something. That D is the something. We don't know what that something is. So we need to solve that equation. I don't know off the top of my head what I can multiply 3.14 by to get this. So to find that number, we need to undo this problem. To undo it, since it says to multiply, we do the opposite, which is divide. Remember, whatever we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other side. So I want to get D by itself because I'm trying to find out what D equals. So I'm going to get rid of the 3.14. So I'm going to divide this side by 3.14. And I'm also going to divide the other side of the equation by the same thing because we need to keep them equal. I know that 3.14 divided by 3.14 cancels out because I get 1. So I'm left over here with D. Now take your calculator and plug in 60.288, hit divide by 3.14, and you get, hopefully, you get 19.2. Okay, so my D equals 19.2. So we can find the missing number by simply plugging in what we know and undoing the problem. So my answer, the label should be right here, centimeters. So I get D equals 19.2 centimeters. This is the only work you need to show when you're doing these problems. You don't need to show the long division. You don't need to show any multiplication. You just need to show your steps. Use your calculator to do the work, and then there's your answer. Okay, so that would be how you would do a number 5 on practice 17-4.